Welcome, brave souls, to a journey into the unknown. Are you ready to delve into the eerie and the uncanny? Do you have the nerve to explore the shadowy corners of America's past, where the echoes of bygone eras still linger? If you do, then you're in the right place because we're about to traverse the country, visiting some of the most haunted places where the past refuses to rest and spirits are said to roam. From the desolate prison cells of Eastern State Penitentiary to the eerie corridors of the Winchester Mystery House, we'll uncover the chilling tales and spectral sightings that have earned these locations their haunted reputations. So, if you're ready for a spine-chilling countdown, brace yourself as we begin our journey with our first location, the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania. A place of despair, a cradle of ghostly inmates, and a chilling testament to the darker side of human history. Do you believe in ghosts? If you do, or even if you just enjoy a good ghost story, then buckle up as we journey to the Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania. Nestled in the heart of Philadelphia, the Eastern State Penitentiary, with its castle-like structure and towering stone walls, holds a grim past within its confines. Once renowned as the most famous and expensive prison globally, this penitentiary has witnessed the ebb and flow of human misery and despair. Constructed in the early 19th century, Eastern State Penitentiary was a symbol of a New Age penal reform. It was designed to inspire penitence in the hearts of criminals, with its solitary confinement system. But ironically, this very system became a breeding ground for mental illness and despair among the inmates. The prison's history is rife with tales of inmate torture and misery. The notorious water bath, where inmates were doused in freezing water and left overnight in the bitter cold, or the mad chair, that bound inmates so tightly that circulation was cut off, leading to amputations, are just a few examples of the inhumane treatments that were carried out within these stone walls. But the penitentiary's dark past doesn't end with its closure in 1971. Since its transformation into a historic site, countless visitors have reported eerie happenings. Ghostly figures, disembodied laughter, and inexplicable chills are just some of the paranormal phenomena experienced here. Visitors often recount spine-chilling encounters with apparitions in prisoner garb. Some have heard echoing whispers, while others have seen shadowy figures darting across the cell blocks. The most frequently cited apparition is that of a shadowy figure in cell block 4. Then, there's the cell block 12, infamous for its eerie, echoing voices. Visitors and staff alike have reported hearing disembodied laughter and whispers, making it one of the most paranormally active spots in the penitentiary. The ghostly figures are not the only remnants of the prison's past. The chilling sounds of pacing footsteps, clanging cell doors, and distant wails seeping through the penitentiary's walls add to the eerie atmosphere. Some have even reported hearing agonizing screams, believed to be echoes of the tormented souls who once resided here. Despite the countless chilling stories and encounters, the Eastern State Penitentiary stands tall, a monument to a time when punishment was meted out with little regard for human dignity. Today, it serves as a stark reminder of the past, a past that seems to have seeped into the very stones of the prison. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, there's no denying the eerie atmosphere that permeates the Eastern State Penitentiary. The chilling echoes of past torture, the ghostly figures spotted in its decrepit halls, the whispers and the wails, all contribute to the penitentiary's reputation as one of the most haunted places in America. From the chilling echoes of past torture to the ghostly figures spotted in its decrepit halls, Eastern State Penitentiary stands as a haunting reminder of the past. Next, we venture to Colorado, to the Stanley Hotel, renowned for inspiring Stephen King's The Shining. Perched high in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, the Stanley Hotel is not only a historical marvel but also a wellspring of eerie tales and unexplained phenomena. This grand old hotel, with its sprawling lawns and panoramic views, has a storied past that intertwines with the world of literature and the supernatural. The Stanley Hotel's tale begins in the early 20th century with Freeland Oscar Stanley, co-inventor of the Stanley steamer automobile. Afflicted with tuberculosis, Stanley was advised to seek the fresh mountain air of Colorado. The therapeutic effects of this high-altitude haven were so profound that Stanley decided to build a luxurious resort so others could also enjoy the area's curative climate. And so, in the year 1909, the Stanley Hotel opened its doors to the public. But the Stanley is not just known for its architectural grandeur and picturesque setting. It's perhaps most famous for being the setting that sparked the imagination of one of the world's most celebrated horror authors, Stephen King. In the autumn of 1974, King and his wife Tabitha found themselves as the only guests in the Stanley Hotel. It was the end of the season, and the hotel was about to close for the winter. King was so inspired by the hotel's isolation and eeriness that he penned his legendary novel, The Shining. The empty corridors, the vast, echoing lobby, the grand but eerie ballroom, all found their way into King's chilling narrative. But the Stanley's connection with the supernatural extends far beyond the realm of fiction. Over the years, guests and staff have reported a plethora of paranormal occurrences that add a chilling layer to the hotel's history. Many claim to have seen Freeland Stanley himself, appearing to guests and staff, often in the lobby and the billiards room, his favorite spots when he was alive. His wife, Flora Stanley, a talented pianist in her lifetime, is often heard playing the piano in the music room, despite no one being there. Guests have also reported hearing children's laughter and footsteps in the fourth-floor corridors, formerly the servants' quarters. Room 217, where King stayed, has its own share of ghostly tales. Some guests have reported seeing a ghostly figure in the mirror, while others have claimed their luggage was unpacked by unseen hands. The Stanley's Concert Hall is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Paul, a former handyman at the hotel, is often seen there, ensuring that the area is kept in order, even in death. Many have reported hearing a distinct "get out" whispered in their ears, believed to be Paul's voice. From spectral figures in hallways to phantom piano music filling the air, the Stanley Hotel seems to be a hub of supernatural activity. These inexplicable incidents have drawn paranormal enthusiasts from around the world, all hoping to catch a glimpse of the Stanley's spectral residence. Whether these tales are the products of overactive imaginations or tangible proof of the afterlife remains a topic of debate. But one thing is certain: the Stanley Hotel is far more than just a beautiful historic building. It's a place where the veil between the natural and supernatural appears to be intriguingly thin. Whether you're a fan of King's work or just intrigued by the unexplained, the Stanley Hotel offers a chilling glimpse into the world of the paranormal. We now cross into California to the notorious former prison on Alcatraz Island. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, an infamous landmark that looms ominously in the chilly waters of the San Francisco Bay. Its very name is enough to send shivers down the spine. Also known as The Rock, Alcatraz was once home to some of America's most notorious criminals, including the likes of Al Capone and Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz. Alcatraz was not just a prison, it was the ultimate punishment, a place where the most dangerous of men were sent to disappear from the world. From the 1930s to the mid-1960s, this formidable fortress housed over 1,500 inmates, each with a tale of desolation and despair. The island's isolation and the icy, cold, swift currents of the surrounding bay waters made escape virtually impossible. Of the 14 attempted escapes, none were officially successful, adding to the penitentiary's dark and foreboding reputation. But the notoriety of Alcatraz extends beyond its history as a maximum security prison. It's the chilling tales of the supernatural that have truly cemented its place in the annals of America's most haunted locales. Visitors and staff have reported numerous instances of paranormal activity within the prison's cold, damp walls. It's as if the despair and torment endured by the inmates have seeped into the very fabric of the building, manifesting as eerie phenomena that defy explanation. Whispers of ghostly apparitions, disembodied screams, and inexplicable cold spots pervade the narrative of Alcatraz. Some claim to have seen the spectral figures of inmates forever trapped within the prison's confines, their anguished faces a grim reminder of the penitentiary's bleak past. Others tell of hearing blood-curdling screams echoing through the empty corridors, the chilling sounds of torment that resonate with the island's history of hardship and punishment. The cell house, the dining hall, the library, each of these locations within the prison are said to harbor their own spectral inhabitants. Then there are the cold spots. Visitors often speak of entering certain areas within the prison and being hit with an inexplicable chill. These bone-chilling pockets of cold are believed to signify the presence of a spirit, a theory that seems to hold weight when you consider the number of lives lost on the island. It's not just the prison itself that's said to be haunted. The island itself, with its desolate landscape and chilling winds, seems to exude an aura of unease. Even the lighthouse, a beacon of hope in an otherwise grim setting, has its own ghost story. The tale of a headless lighthouse keeper is a popular one among the prison staff, adding another layer of mystery to the island's eerie reputation. Alcatraz's haunting reputation has been further bolstered by numerous investigations by paranormal researchers. Armed with sophisticated equipment and a healthy dose of courage, these investigators have captured evidence of ghostly voices and unexplained phenomena, adding credence to the countless tales of the supernatural. Indeed, the stories and experiences that emanate from Alcatraz are as chilling as the icy waters that surround it. The island and its former prison serve as a stark reminder of a time when the worst of society were banished to this isolated rock, their hopes and dreams swallowed by the unforgiving sea. Alcatraz, once a place of punishment and despair, now echoes with the cries and whispers of its past, a chilling testament to its haunting history. Our journey takes us next to Louisiana, to the Myrtles Plantation, one of America's most haunted homes. Like a grand dame with a dark secret, this antebellum beauty hides a chilling past behind her stately facade. Nestled in the heart of St. Francisville, the Myrtles Plantation dates back to 1796. This 200-year-old plantation has seen generations come and go, each leaving their indelible mark on the property. But it's not the architectural beauty or the lush gardens that make this place famous. No, it's the spectral residents who refuse to vacate, even in death. The Myrtles Plantation is reputed to house at least 12 ghosts, each with their unique, often tragic tale. But among these spectral residents, one stands out for her tragic story and her frequent appearances. Chloe, a former slave. Chloe's tale is as heartbreaking as it is chilling. As the story goes, Chloe was a house slave who, in a desperate bid to secure her position in the house, started eavesdropping on her master's conversations. One day she was caught and, as punishment, one of her ears was cut off. To hide her mutilation, Chloe wore a green turban, which has now become her spectral trademark. In a twisted turn of events, Chloe decided to bake a birthday cake laced with poison, intending to make the master's family mildly ill so she could nurse them back to health and secure her position. Tragically, the plan backfired. The master's wife and 2 children died after consuming the cake. Chloe was hanged by the other slaves, fearful of the repercussions of her actions, and her body was thrown into the Mississippi River. Now, Chloe's spirit is said to wander the plantation, forever bound to the place of her demise. She is often seen wearing her green turban, appearing in photographs, and even photobombing unsuspecting tourists. She's been known to appear in the mirror located in the room where the poisoned cake was consumed. Some even claim to have seen her wandering the grounds, forever trapped in her spectral existence. But Chloe is not the only ghostly resident of the Myrtles Plantation. Visitors and staff have reported seeing ghostly children, hearing phantom footsteps, and even witnessing furniture move of its own accord. The grand piano has been known to play by itself, repeating one chilling chord over and over. Then, there are the more sinister entities, like the spirit of a vengeful Native American woman who was allegedly buried on the grounds, and the ghost of William Drew Winter, an attorney who was shot on the porch of the house. He is said to reenact his death, staggering inside the house and climbing the stairs before collapsing dead on the 17th step. Despite its spectral infestation, the Myrtles Plantation is currently a bed and breakfast, offering brave guests the chance to spend a night with its ghostly occupants. It's a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems to be unusually thin, a place that continues to fascinate and terrify in equal measure. The Myrtles Plantation, with its spectral residents, stands as a chilling testament to a past that refuses to rest. If walls could talk, they would tell tales of sorrow, betrayal, and death. But since they can't, the ghosts do it for them, reminding us that some stories, some tragedies, are too potent to be forgotten, even in death. Finally, we return to California, to the Winchester Mystery House, a peculiar architectural maze built to confuse the spirits. In the heart of San Jose stands an architectural enigma, the Winchester Mystery House. This labyrinthine mansion, with its mind-boggling design, was the brainchild of one woman, Sarah Winchester. Sarah was the widow of William Wirt Winchester, the heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. After her husband's untimely death, Sarah was left a wealthy widow, but her fortune came with a heavy burden. Sarah was convinced that she was haunted by the spirits of those killed by the Winchester rifles. An alleged visit to a psychic deepened her fears, as the psychic foretold that her life was inextricably tied to these vengeful spirits and that she must appease them or meet a gruesome end. So, in an attempt to evade these spectral tormentors, Sarah embarked on a construction project like no other, a house that was in a constant state of unending expansion. From the year 1884 until her death in 1922, construction on the house never ceased, creating a sprawling mansion with approximately 160 rooms, including 40 bedrooms, 2 ballrooms, and even a seance room. The house is a marvel of oddities, with staircases that lead nowhere, doors that open into walls, and windows that look into other parts of the house. These peculiar features were reportedly designed to confuse and mislead the spirits that Sarah believed were haunting her. But the eccentricities of the Winchester Mystery House extend beyond its bizarre architecture. Many visitors have reported strange occurrences that suggest the house might indeed be haunted. Disembodied voices echo through the halls, doors slam shut of their own accord, and cold spots appear out of nowhere. Some visitors have even claimed to see apparitions, including the figure of a woman believed to be Sarah Winchester herself. Among the most frequently reported experiences are the sounds of footsteps, hammering, and other construction noises, believed to be the ghostly echoes of the continuous construction that once filled the house. The sounds are so consistent that many believe the spectral builders are still at work, endlessly constructing and reconstructing the house in the spirit realm. But perhaps the most chilling tale is that of the wheelbarrow ghost, a spectral figure spotted in the basement pushing a wheelbarrow. This apparition is believed to be a former workman, forever trapped in Sarah's spectral construction project. The Winchester Mystery House is not just a monument to one woman's fear and obsession, but a testament to the power of belief. Sarah Winchester poured her life, her fortune, and her sanity into building a fortress against the unseen. And in doing so, she may have inadvertently created a beacon for the very spirits she sought to evade. The house, now a popular tourist attraction, continues to draw visitors from around the world. Some come for the architectural oddities, some for the history, and some come hoping to catch a glimpse of the supernatural. The Winchester Mystery House, with its doors leading nowhere and its staircases to the void, continues to baffle, bewitch, and bewilder those who dare to explore its enigmatic halls. The Winchester Mystery House, with its doors leading nowhere and its staircases to the void, serves as an eerie reminder that sometimes the past refuses to stay buried.